Hello and welcome to 20 Years a Migrant. In this episode, we're talking about the GP surgery.
Hello, Lawrence. Laurie
Hello.
Blaz.
Hello, Nyari Claire.
How are you?
Well, I'm all right, I should
Since
say.
the last time I saw you 2 seconds ago.
I always think about people saying, hello, how are you? On TV shows.
Right.
I guess it's a polite thing to do.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. You
it's
mean when they
normal.
see guests or and stuff
Not
like
guests,
that? And then,
like just hosts.
yeah.
like
That's
people
what I
on a
mean.
podcast.
They have a host, but they would have seen them
Yeah.
prior in the green room or whatever.
Yeah, or in the same
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, or in the same house. That's what I'm saying.
And then they
2
say,
seconds ago.
hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's for everyone else. Maybe you're asking on behalf of other people, I guess.
Mm.
Anyway, so this is 20 Years a Migrant. It's a podcast about migrant life in the United Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
I am Laurie Blaz. I was going to say, I'm Lawrence.
I thought we already told our names.
I'm introducing myself. Yeah,
Okay,
well,
then.
anyway,
Maybe
never
I did
mind.
it wrong. You don't like the way I say Laurie Blaz. That's fine.
No. I prefer you say Laurie Blaz. I can't call myself Laurie Blaz.
Is it?
Just so it sounds weird.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay. What are we talking about? GP
Anyway,
surgery.
so we're talking about the GP surgery.
Wow, it's a
Okay.
touchy subject, that one.
Just as a bit of a setup,
Mm.
in the UK, there is, free healthcare. Well, we say free, but we pay our taxes. And
Yeah,
stuff.
but still, other people pay their taxes and they still don't get free. We won't talk about who them people are.
Yeah, right.
People in the free world.
Yeah, so everyone, we have our own GP in the local area. GP is a general practitioner, a doctor, right? So it can be a GP practice where there are several doctors
Mm.
who you contact when you need,
Help?
when you feel unwell. Okay, so since the pandemic, that thing when things that went a bit funny,
The panda bear.
things just went really strange. Okay, so what they were doing is that when they started the call at 8 a.m. Is that when they started, right?
Do you know what? I don't even know.
It never used to be that. You could call anytime. So if you wanted to book an appointment, you could call the surgery at 4 p.m., whatever time you're ill, and say, I'm unwell. They could say, come today or come tomorrow morning. Okay. But you could just make a call.
Yeah.
But now, you make a call. The surgery opens at 8 o'clock. You should call at 8 o'clock if you want to be seen by a doctor or to get a call from a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone calls at
7:59.
or if you call at 7:59, right? Sometimes it says the lines are busy because they haven't opened the lines yet.
No, but I'm just saying, as in everyone is literally calling just because you just don't know when it's going to change to 8 o'clock.
Right?
But at least the good thing about it is, I don't know if it's a good thing, but everyone's got smartwatches. Like time is properly synced nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like not before where some people operate on their hand watch where they're like, oh no, my watch is 2 minutes ahead, or
Or
so
some
imagine
seconds
waiting while you're
What are you
you're not
waiting
sure
for?
what time the GP what time they're operating on, whether they're behind or
Well,
what.
this is when you have to call BT, the thing for the time, or check CFAX to tell you what time it is. But anyway, so everyone calls at 8 o'clock
Yep.
to book an appointment. So because everyone is calling, the phones are busy.
Yeah.
And before I knew the trick that you told me,
Mm-hmm.
you go through things that says,
I've told a few people this. No.
don't tell too many people.
But should I retell them on the podcast?
I don't know. It depends. Well, it depends on your where you're calling, isn't it? I guess it's the same.
Yeah.
So the idea is when you call, right? You go, your call is very important to us. You get that message, and then you get a message about the lines are busy. You get a message about our surgeries, our receptionists are trained to whatever, Okay. So by the time you get through to the queue, I don't know, 2 minutes have gone by sometimes.
Most probably, yeah.
And then you are caller number 45 in the queue. But you called at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know when I discovered this. It must have been not last year, the year before, I think. So basically, you can skip all that. Well,
Yeah.
at my GP anyway. So I know that the first one will probably be Dr. IQ or Dr. QI. What is
Yeah,
it?
Dr. IQ, like the one that
Dr.
never worked.
IQ.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
No. It's welcome to
Whatever sense.
whatever surgery. And then they'll tell you about this app called Dr. IQ. Then they'll tell you so they'll say so you can skip all that because they'll be saying press this to listen to this and that and the other.
Yeah.
And I know that once you we call in and
Yeah.
it says welcome, just press 2 and it takes you straight to reception. You
2 1.
skip all that.
2 and 1.
2 and 1, yeah.
Yeah, 2 1.
And it takes you straight to reception. So you
Yeah.
don't have to listen to anything. You don't have to. Yeah. So if you know what your sequence is, just do that. The moment it says hello,
Just don't even listen.
don't even listen. Just press the numbers that relate to your
It's
surgery.
so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Like you've
Please.
been listening and
Yeah.
listening, and then you're at number 97. Oh,
Na-
no, not 97.
No,
But-
try it and let us know how you get on.
But I
Whether
don't.
you're successful,
I-
because
But I don't know how it got to that. I think it's with the pandemic. I think that's when it started.
probably, or just before or something. I don't know, but yeah,
Because this time it's not a great time to be sick, especially around this time. Because now, right, you have to go through the people at the reception.
I don't think it started before. I don't think it's. You mean after the pandemic?
Yeah, after the pandemic, yeah.
Yeah, maybe because there was probably like a backlog as well. People wanted to be seen,
Yeah. And
so they had to do something because otherwise people were just calling at any time.
anytime, yeah. Yeah.
You know, so maybe
So-
they had to do something about it.
Yeah,
but-
and they just kept that system. It's so weird. Like, can you imagine everyone calling
Yeah.
the same place at whatever time? So if you call at 8:30, there are no appointments.
Yep.
Can you imagine working at the reception at a GP surgery? Answering those phones.
It's like they have no mercy, you know. But then again, everyone thinks their problem is the worst one.
Right? Because some people queue at the reception at the GP surgery.
That's what I was told last time.
If you come at 8 a.m.
I was told to come and wait at the door to
But
get an
the,
appointment.
but they decide to say don't queue outside.
I know, but this is the thing. Our GP is just they give mixed. They are gaslighting us.
Look, if I could give them 0, I'd have to review on Google review.
Do you remember last time they had a patients meeting survey thing? They have one once a month. We should attend, right?
Yeah.
No, they proper gaslight you because it's like they'll say, "Oh no, you need to do X, Y, Z," and then if the next time you do X, Y, Z, they're like, "No, you need to do A, B, C, D."
Yeah.
The next time, no, you need to do E, F, G.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff like that. So it's like,
Then XYZ.
ah,
Go through the whole alphabet.
go through the whole alphabet, and
Because-
it's always changing.
Because I think
Didn't you collect your tablets today? And they said, "Oh, do you want that on repeat prescription?" How many
Yeah.
times have we
Oh
put it
my
on
God.
repeat prescription?
well, since last year.
Since last year, we've been saying, "Can we put it on repeat prescription, please?"
They're like, yeah, it is on
yeah,
repeat.
yeah, it's on repeat. And then today you collect it.
Yeah.
Do you want to put it on repeat? And you're like, but
It's supposed to be. It's all done for you. That's what they say today.
yeah, I don't
We'll
know what
update you
button they
later.
press. There must be some gremlin in the computer
Or even-
system that deletes
even you-
everything.
You can call, you call for requesting medicine, or even if you go there, and then they say, oh, there was no request. I'm like, but, and the thing is, right, with the receptionists, I want to feel sorry for them, but I think that admin is the reason why the NHS is struggling. It's one of the main reasons, because
What do you mean, admin?
administrators, it can't be the nurses and the doctors and the other.
So you're saying the
direct health
receptionists are the problem?
staff. They're part of admin, and they.
Mm.
Because how do you forget if I call and say, "Can you request a medicine?" The doctor is not the one.
I
who's
think it all,
responsible for that.
it all works in tandem. I mean, like there's, it's all linked, but the main problem and our main frustrations are with reception. That's for sure. But-
We're talking
but
about
that's-
GP surgery. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It all works together. There's issues everywhere. I mean, like even the GPs, they've reduced their time. You used to be able to see them, and you didn't feel like you were being rushed, but now it's like in 10
One
minutes
issue.
you have to that's the other thing, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like you go there, you get an appointment, and you're like, yeah, but then like I also have this issue. They're like, nope, you can only talk to me about one thing. You're like, if you want to talk about that issue, make another appointment, and you have to start again.
And then half the time, if you're, is it 10 minutes? Half the
I think
time,
it's, I think
they'll
it's
be writing notes.
I think they have 15 minutes per client.
Then
but
half
then
the time they're writing notes.
half the time they're listening to you, they're writing notes. And then the 5 minutes that they have after you're gone is to file your documents, make sure everything is saved,
Yeah.
and next. So I do feel sorry for everyone.
Like for me, I would like to feel sorry for the reception. I'm going back to the receptionist. I'd like to feel sorry for them, but I think that they are they're like bouncers at a pub. Like you want to go into this pub or club, right? And you have to be nice to them.
The gatekeepers,
Yeah, that gatekeeping. Because why would I, if I call and say I want to see a doctor, and then they ask me what's wrong? What do you know, right? What do you know?
I know you've said that before. I've never been asked that.
Yeah,
I've never been asked. Can I ask what your issue is?
I get asked what the issue is. I'm thinking, wait, what? Who are you? You forget to tick a box for requesting
GDPR.
tablets.
Why should I be telling you what my issue is? You don't even know. Yeah.
And I think it's like, even if you're
right.
if you get upset at them, you don't want them to mark like, oh, rude patient. You know what I mean? There's a mark. I assume there is that, oh, this guy is rude. So there's going to be something on your thing. Yeah. But anyway, you're talking about look at me, I'm tapping you. I'm tapping you. This isn't a video podcast, is it?
What was I talking about?
No, about talking to the doctor.
Uh-huh.
How quick everything is. And what about like the fee when they say the GP is going to call you back?
Yeah.
What time? Like they'll call you between 12 and 3, maybe, right? You are working.
Yeah.
And you think, what if you call me when I'm in the middle of work, of a work meeting, or someone calls me from work?
These days, people understand, to be honest with you. I don't know if you're speaking to a customer because you can't cut off a customer. But when I'm speaking to my colleagues, I'm like, guys, I got to take this call.
The GP is calling.
The GP is calling.
I woke up at 8 a.m. to make this call.
They have no option. They'll be like, yeah.
And they understand.
And they understand. I shut down my screens, put myself on mute, and take my call because I don't know with customers, because I know you deal with customers, what you do. I guess you have to talk to them. But I'm not doing that.
No, just say I'll call you back. No, but just the idea that you might just get a call at a time that's sort of inconvenient. Yeah, and or if they call and you can't, like I think they called me back at the time. I called back and he answered, which was just like.
That's the thing. It's like potluck with it. With all of it, you just never know what you like. Sometimes you call, you don't get an answer. Sometimes you do, you get an answer. Sometimes because
myself,
there's no.
I'm not gonna call a GP for
anymore.
a chat. You know what I mean? I'm a reasonable person. I'm not gonna call a GP just to say, hey, how you doing?
You sound like you haven't worked in healthcare before.
Look, okay, I remember
some people
that's
their thing. They're like, oh, doctor, I love you, doctor. These old ladies.
With this thing that when I started working in my old job, right, we were told that if sometimes some people they are lonely, so when they come talk to you, just indulge them a little bit and then send them on their way. Because you think, why are you still talking to me? Like there was a guy who was telling me about I used to cycle, blah, blah. I made a mistake. He's trying to build rapport. I said, I have cycle. And then I was like this. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
please.
There's just people who just love to tell you their life history, their everything. Or even if it's not their life history, even if it's just something about, I went to make a cup of tea, they'll make it into an event.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. And then when I was, and then I'm like, And sometimes I look at these people and think, if this is me explaining, this would be 2 minutes, a 2-minute conversation. But these people can make it into 10 minutes of how they made this coffee and what they found in their coffee and how the coffee machine was slow and how they.
Oh, when I did motor claims, because the idea is tell me what happened at the point of impact, right? But they'll be like, oh, this driver, he was weaving. That doesn't matter, right? How did they hit? What happened? How did they get to hit your car? How did they get to hit their car? What happened? I don't care about whatever else happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, they were like this. How? Tell me what happened. So yeah, I know people tend to rumble.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's human nature. I mean, you get people like that no matter where you go in the world.
With them.
There are people who are nice and brief. There are people who are in between, and there are people who just lengthen a story. And people who make stories funny, and people who make stories sad.
I wonder if there's someone who thinks, oh, this guy is rambling when I speak.
You never know.
Maybe it happens. I'm sorry.
You're apologizing in advance and in retrospect.
Okay. So you've seen the GP.
No, let's go back.
Okay.
Do you remember your situation?
I've had many situations.
The one on July. Let's see. You
July 5th.
July 4th. July 5th.
Ah, that one.
Okay, so
it's the reception again.
So Lawrence gets injured, right? Which he still is now, but he got injured on the 4th of July. 5th of July, we walk into the GP surgery. We'd come from a physio, and he said, guys, the way this is looking, you need painkillers that are stronger than paracetamol and ibuprofen for you to make it through the weekend.
Yeah.
This was the physio. He's the one who said, go to your GPs and don't leave your GP until you get an appointment. So anyway, we get to the GPs. And I get to reception because I left Lawrence in the car. I get to reception. I need an appointment. My husband, blah, 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 blah. And I'm there. I'm trying to be all passionate about how I need this appointment. Oh, no, sorry, we haven't got any appointments. No appointments, no appointments. Lawrence then strolls in. Well, not stroll, but you kind of limp in, holding the walls. And then I look at you, and then you're like, I need the doctor. And then the lady looks at you and says, sorry, there are no appointments. And the next thing, Lawrence is on the floor.
No, what she said, what happened, what she said is you have to go to a walk-in or to A&E.
Yeah.
Right. But then because my leg, I was in so much pain, I was trying to reach the chair.
Lawrence was dramatic.
Well.
Okay, it wasn't on purpose, I don't think, obviously. But he literally fell to the floor, he could not support his leg on his own, Yeah, so... And guess who comes out running from wherever? No, actually, the receptionist, the one I was dealing with, then looks at me in panic with her eyes. Her eyes were like deer in her headlights. Gets up off her seat, runs off. I turn around to look at Lawrence, and I'm thinking, well, what just happened? I turn to look at Lawrence, and I'm trying to attend to Lawrence. And the next thing I hear, high heels, click, clack, click, clack, along the corridor. And there she comes, the GP. And the next thing we're seeing the GP, all of a sudden there's an appointment for Lawrence.
And we get morphine.
Because that's what we wanted, really. We wanted a painkiller.
I'm thinking about it now. I was in so much pain. That was one of the most painful things ever.
Yeah. But so they will make it. I'm not telling you not to be dramatic, but if you can be, be dramatic.
Just for the record, it wasn't deliberate. Okay.
It wasn't deliberate, no.
I was just going to stand there.
But if you know that you're not going to make it or whatever, please don't do it if you're just there for I don't know, some other pain that can be maintained with paracetamol. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came running out and we got attended to, and
yeah. Oh my God.
And then she even gave us another appointment on Tuesday.
Yeah, she gave us another appointment on Tuesday.
Yeah, because that was Friday, and then Saturday, and then Tuesday we had an appointment, just like that. We didn't have to call. We didn't have to.
Yeah, but somehow you can't call book an appointment in a few weeks' time. You can't do that anymore.
You can't do that anymore.
And they say that you should
Use the app that never works.
There's one called Evergreen now.
Oh, is it? I got a message. Let me see what the message says.
So
I got a message on my phone about an app. And I was like, I just ignored it because I've been getting messages of this Dr. IQ.
Yeah, Dr. IQ is not powered by Evergreen.
For the last, I don't know.
Yeah, but it never worked.
Yeah, so you're right. That's the one I got on Saturday, the 22nd, I think. Our appointment system has changed to online consultations, Evergreen. Here's a helpful video for getting you started using the Dr. IQ powered by Evergreen.
Dr. IQ has never worked.
Dr. IQ has never worked. Let me see how far I can go with this Dr. IQ. Hold on.
It just never worked.
I tried to register on that. I think you even tried as well. I did.
Because I thought, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to speak to you.
You can request your prescriptions. You don't have to go in and...
Yeah, requesting you can just do it on the NHS app though.
Yeah, but still, that was the purpose of the Dr. IQ. Yeah.
Why do we have NHS app and Dr. IQ though?
I don't know.
Waste of money.
But have you requested on the app? How come I see you going?
On the NHS.
How come I see you going?
I did request.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's why it took long.
No.
Because when you go in,
that one was automatic.
They'll do it within 48 hours. How is it automatic when they're asking you?
I just wasn't doing it before.
On repeat.
I just wasn't. I don't know. It's admin.
So how was it automatic?
I did it this time. I did it last.
Yeah,
week.
but you still had to request it, so it wasn't automatic.
Well,
I don't understand what you mean by automatic.
I requested via the app. Anyway, never mind that. Okay. So no, what I was going to say is, because you get really, really ill, and you're sort of judging. Should I call a GP or should I go? Because the pharmacists are quite helpful.
Yeah,
I think they're quite helpful because the GP, they tend to say, take some paracetamol, take some ibuprofen, have some loads of liquids and rest.
Yeah,
You'll be fine. Which is just infuriating because you feel unwell, right? And then someone is telling you,
things that you could have just done in your house without you don't have to dress up. You just wake up and do it.
You can buy paracetamol for 35p at Tesco. And all right.
It's just the idea of being fobbed off as well, isn't it? It's almost like
feels that way.
You're not being listened to.
Yeah, it feels that way.
Yeah.
All right. Because I don't know, in Zimbabwe, do you think the doctors were quick to prescribe medicines?
Now, you see, for me, right, I don't think I ever went to a public hospital. Is that right?
A clinic, a hospital.
Public clinic, like in my memory. That's what I mean.
You were never ill.
Maybe as a child, when my parents were still up and coming in Zim and stuff like that, we went to these what are they called?
Clinic.
It's just a clinic.
Yeah.
Not private.
Okay, there were surgeries. Those were private doctors.
Yeah.
And then there were clinics.
Yeah, because we had a private doctor that we had growing up. Yeah, because we had medical aid and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. So I don't. So with regards to your question, I don't know.
We used to go to a clinic, the council one, and if you're seriously ill, you get referred to a hospital. Mm-hmm. This is how I ended up going to Harare Hospital for 18 months in that other department.
Were you there for 18 months, or were you going and coming home?
No, I was going and coming home anyway.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't there.
You were there for 18 months?
I wasn't detained.
Something new you haven't told me. Were you detained in a hospital?
I was a patient there for 18 months. All right. So it's that thing that I think a lot of people feel like they've not been treated by being told, buy some medicine. Because in Zimbabwe, you're going to get an appointment because you're paying for it. If you're paying for it, your doctor will see you.
Of course.
So
yeah, I mean, we had, I was on my dad's medical aid and stuff. So, but yeah, I like I said, I don't know with regards just going into a hospital and stuff or clinic.
No, hospital you had to be referred.
But we had this conversation. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Remember when we were saying here the private healthcare is expensive.
Very.
Okay, maybe not like to a point of I can't afford it. Not so much. But when you compare,
yeah.
But in Zim, it's not as expensive. So that's why I guess it's more affordable for people to go on private healthcare.
In Zimbabwe, it seems like everything is mostly private.
Yeah.
Right. So you can just go to a different doctor if one is too expensive.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
because I want to think
area where you live, how much you pay.
Yeah.
Because it was like a not like a supermarket, but it would be packed. The surgery would be packed. Because I think it's right. Because depending on it was if you were ill, even for one day, you had to produce a doctor's note. There was no certification.
No, there wasn't. No.
I think it's a thing that the tourists
maybe now I don't know, but yeah, there wasn't one back then. You'd have to,
depending on your employer.
You'd have to get one.
Yeah. So people would not skip work, would be ill, would be unwell, and then because the GP, those surgeries, the doctor wasn't there all the time. There were times they would be there, like from 5 to 7 p.m. or whatever. So everyone goes in that time. In between, their nurses would be doing treatment and stuff.
But you know what, right? One thing I can say with the way the system is, the waiting times are massively reduced.
Which waiting times?
In the reception when you're waiting for your GP to see the GP.
They used to be a bit long though.
Lawrence, I remember waiting at least an hour and a half to see the GP. Back in the day.
Long.
They would say my appointment is at 2. By 3 o'clock, I'm still in reception waiting to see the GP. And people are coughing. 3:30, I'm still waiting. I remember those days.
Oh my God.
But now you're like, your appointment is at 2, at least by 2:05, 2:10, 2:15 even.
Yeah.
You'll be called in. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not a long wait anymore.
Yeah, because I remember those they used to be packed. There used to be a lot more people.
The wait was just ridiculous. You'd go with a book.
Yeah. and everyone is just in silence.
Yeah.
And then you start looking like, I'm the only young person in here. Now I'm one of the old people. Older people. I'm not the old one yet. But it was we just ignore each other.
Yeah.
And try to read these things about the posters and stuff. If you haven't got a book, you have to occupy yourself somehow.
I say book because that's how way back it was. Before we had Audible, before we had it was a long time ago. Like when I first came to this country, the waits were quite long.
But
quite long.
Yeah,
so I guess if anything, that's one advantage of whatever they did.
Because I've rarely been to the surgeries. Until last year, I've really been to see a GP. I've been fine until I wasn't. So
wow, that's the thing. Men don't go to GPs and surgeries, and then this happens.
Okay, that's a different episode.
That's a different episode, but we know it's not something to be proud of, Lawrence. You need to go to your GP every 6 months minimum. Was it maximum? Maximum.
Oh, and then the doctor says you need a blood, blood test.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow you have to. I just always find it funny. Why don't doctors just take blood in there? Because they've got you in there in the room.
Because some of them aren't trained to take blood.
Doctors.
Yeah, or maybe they are, but they're not experts. Plus, it's a whole nother procedure.
Yeah, that appointment. This is why you book another appointment.
I don't know about an appointment, but it's a whole thing because once they take your blood, now they have to find a label that's got the right name, and then they have to put it in the right place. And I think it's just another procedure that they let other people do.
Yeah, but okay, that's fine, right? If they could say, since you're here, go in the next room and see a nurse. But no, you have to book an appointment with the nurse and come another day or go to a hospital to phlebotomy.
Mm.
Man.
Yeah, I prefer going to the hospital because some of us, our veins are, you can't see them. And the phlebotomists are experts, so they usually get it at the first jab or second jab.
Well, that's all they
But
do.
if it's a nurse who's just a nurse who doesn't really, it can be a mission. It can be a mission. So I prefer going to where the experts are. Yeah, but I've stopped. But even before that, because I used to wait for I used to book with the nurse there, and then nowadays all the nurses are and doctors are all agency, locum, or whatever you want to call them, because the doctors don't like to be called agency; they're called locum.
Yeah, that's how they're.
But they're all not
permanent staff.
permanent staff. So sometimes you'll have an appointment with the nurse, go in, oh sorry, the nurse is not here. Oh sorry, the nurse, and now you're thinking, I should have just gone to the phlebotomy. So sometimes when they give me that thing to say go get your bloods, I drive straight to the hospital on the same day, get it done, so that at least it's all done and sorted, and I don't have to take 2 days off or 2 times off. It's just one.
Yeah, the only
We're
thing.
lucky the hospital's not too far away. Well, yeah, it's not too far away.
It's not too far away, but parking.
Yeah,
I
but
should
literally,
go
usually when
parking.
I go, it takes me half an hour. I'm done. Once I park, that is not from leaving the house or the surgery, but once I get there,
far. It's
half an hour because they have loads of people taking blood. It's
Yeah.
quick, it's fast, and you're done. You don't. Sometimes I don't even pay for parking because they allow you 30 minutes free parking.
All right. Well, it's City Hospital. Another place you can park for free.
Is it?
Yeah.
With no tickets. How come you haven't told me? Because I used to tell you all the other
I
places.
told you about it, but it's always full. So you
you mean
around
at the GU?
entrance. At the entry, yeah, yes, near the entrance.
Something unit. Is it gynecology
I
unit?
have no
It's
idea.
called GU though.
I have no idea.
Ah, okay, yeah. That other place. Yeah, there's never parking there.
But sometimes we just get lucky.
The thing is, the maternity places, there's always parking, but you always find just the one spot. But once you get in, it's because it's closer.
Like for me, I don't mind, but now with this leg situation, it was quite a bit of a mission to.
Oh yeah, because it's uphill as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so I don't remember. I think you should go there tomorrow.
You're going there tomorrow?
I should, because I need. Well, okay, I have reasons.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I know, but the nurses and getting your bloods, you never find those nurses in the GP surgery nowadays anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, they're all agency staff. Some of them don't know how to take blood.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what do you do?
Yeah, and another worst thing, or not worst thing, it's not worse if you're ill, but if you get referral, be referred to a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're in March now, 5th of March. That referral, we were saying, we're going to see you on 28th of May. That can happen, right? And by that time, you might be fixed naturally. You're just going to suffer for a few weeks.
Ish. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the referrals, but sometimes it just depends. Like when I had my situation, and then I went and the doctor said, go and get your bloods done. I think it was a Friday. Was it a Thursday? It was a Thursday. Went to get my bloods done. And then by Monday, I was already referred and the bed was booked in for me in hospital.
Yeah, I think it depends.
So it depends on how urgent it is.
How urgent it is, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, the doctor literally called me herself as well. I didn't have to call or say, hey, what's up with my bloods? It was like literally go now. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think I would rather go to the GP. I don't know. Walking, okay. So now, was it the Labour government or was it the Tories who introduced the walk-in centres?
Probably Labour. They feel like they've been around a long time.
Yeah, I think it was Labour. They introduced walk-in centres whereby you just walk in, but this is not just GP surgery, and it's one of those miserable places. I don't know what's more miserable, the walk-in centre or A&E. I think A&E is worse.
A&E is worse. A&E is worse because at least walk-in center, you know, you're not you yourself. You're not that ill.
Yeah.
So you
and
kind
you'll
of
be skipped over.
What do you mean?
No, because in A&E, if someone
Oh
comes
yeah,
in,
oh yeah, in
they've
A&E,
chopped their
yeah.
finger.
Yeah, if somebody's is got a leg chopped off or something, you know they're going to be priority over you. So you're just
Over you.
waiting. But with walk-in, it's almost like
First come, first
I've got a runny tummy or something. Maybe not runny tummy, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
there are certain situations that
yeah,
they deal with, and they even do. I remember the time when I got hit by a car on the bike.
oh yeah,
They even did the X-ray right away. X-ray is quite quick though. X-ray you can do it same day
Oh, they did
appointments.
an X-ray. Do you know what?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me. I don't think.
Oh,
Think so.
yeah, an X-ray
All right.
to check if I have not been broken.
But remember, I wasn't allowed in because it was during COVID.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was COVID time.
Yeah.
Was it COVID time?
Yeah. I had to wait in that tent because remember they had the tent outside. So we drove in, and then lucky enough, our walk-in center is just opposite my previous work office. I still work at the same place, but we moved office. So I just parked there,
Yeah.
and then
Walked across to
and
the
then
thing.
walked across, and
Then they said you're not ill.
and then they were like, "Oh, if you're not ill, you can't go with him. So you sit here in the tent,
In a cold tent.
in a cold tent." So I was like, okay. And then I ended up going. Did I go?
I think you
went
went
to the
away
shops.
from it. Yeah.
Yeah, because you told me
It's a long wait.
I'm number 100 and I don't know what number you were. And I was like, okay, maybe not 100, but you were waiting for a while. I think in the end it took about an hour and something.
And something, yeah. Because A&E is minimum 4 hours.
Yeah,
A&E,
A&E is even longer.
You're going to wait for the longest.
But that's the thing, because when I went to A&E, so you know that story I told just now about being told go now to the hospital. We went to A&E first, if you remember.
Yeah.
And then I got fobbed off at A&E.
Were you told to take paracetamol and
I was told maybe it's just
some rest.
go and see your GP. So the
But
GP,
here's the thing, right?
yeah, I'm here, see me. They
Yeah.
did some tests and stuff. They did an ECG and all that kind of stuff, and they were like, you're fine. It's just whatever. I have a recording of him talking about it, and I was like, this guy. Anyway, so yeah, so the GP then, so I then went to the GP, and then the GP said, go and get your bloods done, and then they booked me in straight away. So sometimes it's unfair that you walk into an A&E and you look normal to the eye, right?
Yeah.
Compared to someone who's got a leg chopped off. But you could be near death.
Yeah. Something will be, really
but
wrong.
you've got an invisible, and this is the thing and I think that's why people are really advocating for invisible illnesses, where you're like, you see someone and you just think, they're
fine.
okay, they're fine.
Yeah.
And yet deep down they have underlying issues. They have mental health issues. They might be suicidal. They might be depressed. They might be all these things that you can't see just from looking at somebody.
Well, just like, yeah. Because I think
And that's the thing as well with GPs, because they can't see it. So they'll fob you off. You see.
but
they don't.
even if here's the thing, right? I think sometimes the attitude is to get rid of you as quickly as possible.
Yeah. But this is why I usually post. I think
It feels that way.
every time I come across things like how to talk to a GP, words to use, people need to be aware of the type of words they need to say that trigger either a referral or something, or treatment, or at least that the GP will pay attention to you. So if you just go in and say, I'm ill, I don't know what's wrong with me, or whatever, I think I have a headache, or I don't know. But there's certain words that you can use that the doctor can't ignore.
Yeah.
I'll need to if I find them, I'll put them in the comments. If Lawrence does a promo, I'll put them in the comments below. But yeah.
Yeah, I did see that video as well. I think it included things like maybe affecting my life, it's affecting my daily life.
Yeah.
Like you can't go to work, you can't do certain things. If we can carry out like normal life activities,
Yeah.
You should say that to the doctor, so that they are aware about the effect of
Yeah.
of your illness. Otherwise, they'll say, drink plenty of fluids,
Yeah.
take ibuprofen,
Yeah.
and rest.
And rest.
Are you stressed? Those are the kind of things they tend to ask.
Yeah.
Think about stress and stuff. That's the only way they look for hidden things, I guess. But yeah, I think it's about learning to express yourself. Okay.
But you see, the thing is, people will ask you, "Are you stressed?" What does stress look like? You see, because some people are continuously stressed to a point of they don't even know what stress is anymore. They just think that's normal.
Yeah, I think stress is thoughts.
Yeah, I know. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, as in some people, like how people are busy people up and down doing
Yeah.
XYZ, XYZ.
Yeah.
That to them, that becomes normal. It's like if they sit down to relax, it's like, it feels weird.
I should be doing something.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what? I think people know when they are when they are stressed or
No, but that's what I'm
busy.
saying,
I
because
think
because they might be stressed, but they're not over stressed. So they then only think about it when they're over stressed, which is now a medical issue. Because stress already is bad if you're over stressed.
Yeah, because I think it's because in the end you start having like physical symptoms, isn't it? Like panic attacks or like anxiety. So I don't know. Yeah, I think what I was going to say is we may seem to not we may, we were quite sort of scathing about the GP surgeries. I appreciate them.
Oh no,
Right?
I
appreciate
100%
them, but I
appreciate
think
them. Honestly,
um,
but then sometimes you see the funny thing is, right?
yeah,
When, like, for example, yourself, you've had your leg issue, and people in Zim, when they ask, "Oh, how's Lawrence?" I'm like, he's still struggling. They're like, still, because for them they use private healthcare,
yeah.
and the
If
doctor will be like, "Okay, I'm getting paid to get this man fixed," so they'll
they'll
fix you, or they'll make sure you get fixed
Oh,
as soon as possible.
yeah. Or if you get a scan, the results are here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna wait 2 weeks
Yeah.
or 3 weeks.
Yeah, you get your results
get
as
your
soon as
results.
possible. Literally, like with my dad, sometimes it'll be like he's gone in for a scan and he's already telling us, "Yeah, scan says XYZ. Oh, okay, so you
Yeah.
need XYZ. Yes." And then we send whatever he needs or the money he needs for whatever, and then and he's fixed. But with this, it's like scan 2-3 weeks. Oh, and then now he has to go back to the doctor. The
Yeah.
scan results are out. Now he has to go back to the doctor for the doctor to tell him what's wrong with him. And then, yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
so-
so people in Zim sometimes are like shocked.
it's
that,
like
why is it
okay,
taking so long?
it's free, but it takes so long,
Yeah.
right? Even like what you're saying, like the struggle to convince a GP about that your symptoms are real. Like I had I had TB, right? TB of the stomach, and because they say that was in I think 2012 or something like that.
Okay.
So they say everyone has TB, right? Even if you're vaccinated, we carry we carry the thing, and for a tiny minority, it pops up, and it did for me. I'm thinking, why is this coming up in my life, right? But it took months because it was in the stomach, and they had to go into my tummy to take a sample because they thought it was cancer. They saw so many things. It was quite scary, right? Okay, but but then the moment they realized it was this disease, I was transferred to a tropical illness. Tropical illness thing, right? So sometimes I wonder if I was in Zimbabwe, maybe doctors would have caught that sooner.
Yeah, because it's quite prevalent there, isn't it?
It's quite.
I don't know about prevalent, but I know growing up it was.
Growing up, it was a thing, right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But then because it was in the stomach, maybe I don't know how.
They probably wouldn't. Yeah, because for me, I always thought typically it's like
I thought chests, right?
Yeah.
But I learned that you can have like in your joints or in the brain or spine. Imagine. So, so having it in there, if you are coughing in chesty one, right? At least the symptoms are quite easy. Yeah,
whereas stomach and all that other stuff you can't.
Yeah, so
yeah, but that's the thing about all these kinds of diseases. Everyone has an element of it. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, it can just happen to you.
But then some people have it stronger than others, and some
Yeah.
people have it less than others. So, because I can't remember who I was speaking to, and I was like, everyone has an element of depression, everyone has an element of autism, everyone has an element of ADHD, everyone has
HDHD.
ADHD, everyone has cancer particles, everyone has, but it just depends on where you
Is this
are on the
science? Are you talking
spectrum.
science?
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
science.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Yeah.
No, I chipped in about the science thing after cancer.
After the
When you
after
said
the after I
cancer,
said yeah,
and I
everyone's got cancer in their bones or whatever. But yeah, I learned that at when I was in South Africa, and I went to Maroping, which is Cradle of Humankind.
okay.
And yeah, and they have all these bones from, like, I don't know, years. I can't remember the years now, but they date back to early man.
Okay.
And they discovered that in their bones they had cancer, like cancerous, and that's what. And because they were looking into those bones, they started looking into people, like normal people's bones as well.
Yeah.
And they discovered that everyone has an element of cancer, but
Okay.
it's just how how developed you have it, and
Right.
all that kind of stuff.
So I think so. The scammers are gonna scam because cancer is always
Oh
around.
my dear, I shouldn't have said it out loud, didn't I? You're gonna
They
you
were like,
all
well,
have cancer.
y'all have
Oh, you all have cancer. Cancer.
cancer. I wish you could tell where
Sorry,
you were.
guys. Was it New Zealand or
It was
Australia?
It was Australia.
It was Australia, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an Australian man telling us
An
he had
Australian man who
cancer.
had cancer, but the way he said it with his accent was like, I got cancer.
Cancer.
So we found that funny. But yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's the GP surgery. I don't know if you have any stories, any experiences, but because I was trying to think of the funny experience that I had. Oh,
A
it's
fun experience at the GP's.
funny. What a fun! It's not fun
I
being
was
in the
gonna
GP
say
surgery.
fun experience. Jeez.
Yeah, all I just see
The
like
only funny one, okay, it wasn't funny, but it was very dramatic. It was the one that I explained
the
to you. But
the thing.
for me, that's the only one. All the others have just been,
Like for me,
yeah.
I can't wait for my leg to get healed so I don't have to go there. Or
Mm.
go, when I went to the pharmacy today, I walked in, she went, hi. And then she went around and brought my prescription with her.
Without you even saying what your name
saying
was.
anything. Yeah, because she
But
knows.
one thing they're good at though with the GP surgeries is keeping up to date with your smear tests for women.
Okay.
I don't know what men, what you guys have.
But you know what?
Mm.
They say the smear test is quite useless.
Is it?
Yeah.
But it's a sample. That's what they do.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is then the amount of people it catches,
Mm.
I think they're testing too many people or too much.
Hmm?
I'll find the reason for. I know there's a reason for it. Statistics says it's quite pointless to test everyone the way they do. There were doctors who were talking about it.
What do you mean to test everyone? Because
I'll
that doesn't
find
make
out.
sense. Because
Nah, I'll
that
find
one
out.
person that they don't test is the one that's got cancer.
No, there's a better explanation. I just don't remember it now.
Oh, okay.
I'll find the
All right.
explanation and then I'll let you know. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But anyway, everybody, I thank you so much for listening. If you have any stories, you can share the stories. And, I'm thinking now that about encouraging people to listen to the end. Saying it at the end of the.
Thank you for listening to this podcast, guys.
Thank you for listening to the end.
Yeah.
You should tell others. You should listen to more and tell others. And if you want to be part of the show, get in touch.
Listen to the podcast first, though.
Yeah, ever listen what we're about. And if you have any ideas, get in touch and we can do something.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye.